Here with my mom, we're going to be making Mexican tamales out of pork, our style. We like to make them with pork and deer meat, but we don't have any deer meat today, so we're just going to do it with pork. And my mom's holding about 10 pounds of pork that we're going to chop up into pieces, and then we're going to boil it for about 2 hours, and we're going to be including the chile in there and making it nice and green, red pork. Here we have about 2 packs of the pork, so about more or less 15 pounds. We're gonna add the bone from the meat that we cut up. We're gonna put it in the water. We're gonna boil it along with all this meat. We haven't added salt or anything yet. It's just water. About how many onions, Mom? Just one big onion she's gonna cut to put with this. Okay, next, we have a whole head of garlic here that we chopped up, and Mom put a whole onion in with the pork. So all we have so far is just pork, a whole onion, and a whole head of garlic. And then we're gonna add like 3/4 of this. I think that's about maybe 2 tablespoons more or less. While the pork is cooking, we're gonna start working on the sauce that we're gonna use to put the pork in. So we have, we're gonna use a whole bag, or no?
No.
We're not sure how much of this bag we're gonna use. It's a 16-ounce bag of chile anchos, ancho peppers. We'll tell you how much we're gonna use. And we're gonna use a whole head of garlic for this also.
We're gonna put some chile guajillo.
And we're gonna mix some chile guajillo. This bag is about 3 ounces more or less. So right now what we're gonna do with this to prepare it is we're gonna wash them. What else?
Le vamos a sacar la semilla.
Take out the seeds.
Y lo vamos a hervir.
And then we're gonna boil them with the garlic and the chile guajillo. Okay, here we are de-seeding the chile ancho and the chile guajillo. So Mom's just taking off the stems and taking out the seeds, and I'm taking it out of this one. And I already chopped up a whole head of garlic. So this is really easy. To make it easier, just get some scissors, cut it, and just go with your scissors inside.
Mom, go, Mom.
And then just take out all the seeds. And that's it. Are you going to use that caldo to boil the... Okay, so it's been about 2 hours. The pork is still boiling, but it's been about 2 hours already. What we prepared were, like I said, we peeled and we took out the seeds from the chile ancho and the chile guajillo. Actually, put them to boil. It's about, I guess, a pink color to her. That's what she says. That's when you know it's ready. And like I said, it's already been about 2 hours. What else, Mom?
Ahorita vamos a
¿Preparar las hojas?
preparar, no, quiero cortar la carne
Okay.
en la
Food processor. We're going to cut the meat in the food processor next.
Y al ratito que esté el chile, vamos a ponerlo en la licuadora para
And then
ponerlo junto.
when the chile is ready, we're going to put it in the blender so that we can mix it all together with the garlic. Okay, so while the chile rojos are still stovetop, we are going to start chopping up the meat in the food processor. So real simple, just take out some pieces of meat. And it's just going to be the meat by itself, right, Mom? Nothing else with it right now, just the meat. Then we'll mix it.
Sí, luego lo vamos a cocinar, que no traiga líquido.
Oh, que no tenga líquido? Oh, okay, so just the pork. Don't put any liquid in there is what Mom is saying.
Para licuarlo.
It's ready to go already?
Déjame traigo la mezcla.
Why don't you do that, Mom, and I'll record. Any salt and pepper in there?
No, cuando la cocine, la carne, entonces ya le agrego a la carne.
Okay.
Vamos a poner dos o tres pedacitos de cebolla. Creo que le cabe un poco más, pero vamos a primero a licuar esta parte.
And we're gonna do like puree.
Puree.
Okay, we also forgot to add some of the broth from the chiles. So we're gonna add about, how much is it, Mom? 1 cup of the liquid from the chiles. And now we're gonna blend it. We're gonna mix it a little bit because it looks like there's, can you just some hard parts still. Is that good? Nice. You want it thick like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're done blending all the chile. Smells really good in here right now. So that's the consistency of it. Is it too thick or is it?
No, está más
Is that good?
bien. Como quiera, al ratito cuando ya lo echemos con la carne, le voy a poner tantito caldito de la carne para que se suavice.
Okay, do we start blending the meat now, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the food processor, I'm gonna start chopping up the meat. Right, this next step, we are gonna start mixing the meat. We already chopped up all the meat in the food processor. That's all that came out, this whole pot, out of those 15, about approximately 15 pounds of pork. And so what we have here is the manteca de puerco, pork lard. And how much are you gonna use, Mom?
Como unos 3/4 de manteca.
About 3/4 of
Por
this
la carne.
lard for the meat. You want a spoon?
Aquí tengo uno.
So the pot is already hot.
Vamos a dejar que se redita.
So we're gonna let it melt. And then we're gonna put the chile that we already pureed in the blender, the guajillo and the ancho, the chiles.
Está muy sabroso. Vamos a dejar que se derrita tantito.
Okay, now that the manteca, the lard, is all melted, Mom's gonna put the chilito, the sauce.
Lo vamos a ir tanteando según la carne que tengamos. Eran 3. Y lo batimos para que se vaya juntando con el aceite. Creo que le bajé un poquito mucho, pero es mejor así porque si no me va a brincar. Le voy a comenzar a agregar un poco de carne. Ahí tanteando.
We're just gonna add a little bit of the broth from about 2 cups from the pork broth. More of the chili sauce. Adding meat and sauce until you blend it all together. You want to make sure you have enough meat and enough sauce for everything. Right now my mom's putting comino, about 2 tablespoons of comino, cumin, ground cumin, and she's gonna put some black pepper. So far it's just the pork meat, the chili sauce, about 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, 2 tablespoons of ground pepper. So far it has about another 2 cups of broth, so total we've put about 4 cups of broth. And you just keep mixing the meat with the sauce and the broth until you use up pretty much everything. So we put about maybe a cup and a half more of broth, a little bit more pepper, and this is what it should look like. It tastes amazing so far, just like the way Mom makes tamales. It's perfect. We still have a lot of meat left over and a lot of chili sauce left over, so we're gonna have to.
This is gonna be for the masa.
Oh, sorry. That's gonna be for the masa, but we're still gonna make probably another batch of meat because we still have quite a bit left over. I just don't have a big enough pot to cook all of it together. Okay, we're gonna try this masa that we bought at one of the meat markets. We've never used it before, so we're gonna experiment with it. Mom's just taking it out of the container and putting it into the big bowl. And then you're gonna mix it with the chili sauce now. And what else are you gonna put on there? Manteca. So she's gonna mix it with the chili sauce and with the lard. We'll give approximate measurements in a second. While Mom is working on the masa over there, she wants me to use the rest of the lard that we had left over and melt it for her so that she can put it into the masa.
Ese es mi estilo, porque hay unos que lo usan así directo, así como está.
Oh,
Pero a mí
so,
me gusta derretirla.
so Mom is saying that that's her style. Some people just go ahead and put this whole lard like this solid into the masa, but she likes to melt it. So that's all of the lard from that pound of lard that we used. So we've only used a total of 1 pound of lard for the meat and for the masa combined so far. So Mom is kneading the masa, and that's kind of like what it should look like. You want to show them, Mom? Can you lift up the...
Es en este color porque le puse una cucharadita de chile, el mismo que estaba usando para la carne. Es el mismo.
So she just used about a spoonful of this type of spoon of chile, and she incorporated it into the 5 pounds of store-bought masa that we bought. Again, this is the first time we use this masa, so hopefully it'll turn out good. Okay, so we have the melted lard that we're putting into the masa now. And Mom's gonna add also a little bit of salt. About what, Mom? About a teaspoon? About a teaspoon of salt. About a teaspoon of pepper. Pre-made and it was being kept in the fridge. That's how we bought it.
Pero estaba en blanco, nosotros le agregamos el.
Yeah, it was completely white, the masa. We added the sauce that we made for the meat.
Y ahorita vamos a remojar las hojas.
We're gonna get the corn husks and we're gonna submerge them in water for about how long, Mom?
Hot water.
Oh, in hot water
Como unos 20 minutes.
for about
20 minutes.
20 minutes or so. So we'll do that next. Ya está la masa, así.
Yeah.
And that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, next we're gonna soak the husks. This is the one that I bought. It doesn't say, it says 15 ounce. That's how big it is. So we're just gonna empty it out in here into hot water. The only hot water I'm using is the one that's running from the hot spot from the faucet. I'm just gonna fill it up. I'm gonna use this to kind of smash them down. And then we're just gonna let them soak for about 20 minutes, right, Mom? That's what you said? So they're really the water's really hot. I don't want to burn myself. Smash it down with a minute. So I'm just gonna fill it up and then leave it there for 20 minutes. Okay, so Mama already got some of the husks out, and this is how she fills them with masa. So she gets a spoon and she uses the back of a spoon to spread the masa nice and smooth. Just kind of a thin layer of masa. And then she gets about a spoonful of meat also.
Es que los pongo con mis sets.
Yeah. And then she's just piling them up right here. So we have a lot to go. Spread one, Mom. Spread one so they can see.
Mom, look.
So
Mom.
the side that you're gonna spread, is the smooth side, and the rough side goes out to the back. So again, there you go. She's spreading it. Thin layer.
Just like that.
And then she's gonna put in a spoonful again of meat. Huh?
You can use your hands to like spread it.
That's not gonna work. It's gonna stick to your fingers.